All right, all right, all right, all right. We had some rock and roll music today. I love it. Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody. Elizabeth, Dennis, Eric, good to see you. And I'm gonna maximize the screen so when other people come in, we can get rocking with today's topic. But good to see everybody. I appreciate it.
Good to
I
see
was
you.
just eating those pretzel things from Costco and I'm like almost choking right before I had to start the call here. Mm, perfect. All right. Thank you for being here, everybody. Let's get started. I'm going to share my screen very quickly, and we're going to grow in or move into building a six-topic curriculum so you can teach in your local areas. I had a webinar and a stage training I was doing recently, and so I built some programs out, and I wanted to show you guys how to do that today. So if you haven't used Claude yet, Claude was my uncle's name that passed, so it's kind of a cool name. Um, Uncle Claude is what I call it, but it's actually called Claude.ai. If you haven't used that yet, give it a shot because makes ChatGPT look like it's in third grade, literally. Claude is incredible. Plus, you could build agents so you understand an agent is a AI that you design to do a specific thing. So, for instance, Eric, you're not muted. I'll mute you. You can make an agent be a marketing person. You can make an agent be a responsibility person, meaning they're answering texts and DMs and calls. You could have another one that is overseeing manager of all those roles. It's just really incredible. And they work 24/7. They work 24 hours a day. Pretty wild. But with no further ado, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna jump in here and I am going to show you guys how to build this. All right. So let me get my cool little music out of the way. That was actually kind of cool. I like that one. I'm going to save that one. But if we go into Claude and we pull up a new chat, what you're going to do is with any chat GPT or any kind of AI, it's really about the prompting. That's really what this boils down to. If you could tell it to do something, if you could describe it correctly, it's literally limitless what it can do. I've built apps recently. I've got projects off my desk that have been on my desk for 3 or 4 years because they were just too laborious. And there was too many steps that I was getting stuck on, or whatever the case was, and they were just long-term projects. I literally took what it was the equivalent of chicken scratch notes, scanned it with my phone, put it into Claude, and then we can go off that basis. And I kept uploading things that were of relevance. I could take a picture of something saying this is kind of what I had in mind, put it in there. It will decipher all that stuff and pull it in and build you something really amazing. I mean, you could literally take a picture of a flyer and put it into the Claude and say, I want something like this, and it will design it for you. It's really amazing. You can API it or Zapier it into Canva, into your CRM. There's just so much you could do with it now. That's the next level. When I talk about AI, agents think of searching a good restaurant on ChatGPT as their AI, effective. That's not true. If you're not having about 25% of your daily tasks done by AI now, you're well behind the curve, be honest. Imagine your listing presentation. You could put your comps, your listing presentation, all of your bio, anything you could find about yourself, past magazines that you've been in, covers of property you've done before, and you can create a AI enhanced listing presentation in minutes just by scanning these things in. And when I mean scan, you could literally take a picture of it with your cell phone, be into the Claude app, and it's in the same file as your app in your computer. Pretty mind blowing. So let's jump in here. I'm gonna just start with some prompts, and this is recorded. You go back and listen to it. It gets put on our YouTube. It gets put on our podcast. But you go back and you could listen to this recording, stop it, and play it again. So I'm going to cruise along like if I was working somewhat efficiently through this. Okay. So I'm going to start with some basic commands. I'm a local real estate broker in Peoria, Arizona. Zip code's 85383, period. I want to put together a couple client events where I'm teaching them about the local real estate market. I want to be highlighted as the expert and the real estate broker, period. Use my knowledge based bio to introduce my accomplishments into this presentation. If you need more information about that, come and just ask, period. I'd like this to be buyer and seller focused. Out of the 6 events, I'd like to do 4 seller events and 2 buyer events. The seller events, I want to talk about the market, why it's a great time to sell, the benefits to selling now, some of the shortcomings and pitfalls that the sellers might run into, as well as we want to promote my ability to market their properties and what we do that's special, period. Use this AI to enhance my marketing presentations to these sellers so they could see the depth of my knowledge around AI and how I can use AI to benefit them with demographics, with moving trends, with income and employment in the area, and so on, period. I want you to look at the top 5 agents in my area, examine their websites and see what they're doing well and bring that into my presentation. Be cautious not to copyright what they're doing or plagiarize them, but if you see somebody that's doing something well, let's R&D it. On the buyer side, let's talk about how it's a buyer's market and they have some of the greatest opportunities available to them in the last 5+ years, period. Pull up market statistics and trends for the greater Phoenix area, or specifically the West Valley near Peoria and Scottsdale. Let's start there and then we'll fine tune this. Okay, people are coming in, so it stopped my speaking, but it's okay. I'm going to start there and we're going to see what Claude comes up with to start with. So it's searching all these sites, the best 10 real estate agents, the top 10 agents in Peoria, verified news, US Home News, Zillow, LinkedIn. It's looking at everything on that and says, okay, it's done. Now I have enough data to build a comprehensive presentation framework. Before I need one clarification, I want to make sure it's built for your bio. Please let me ask a couple quick questions before we continue. Okay. I started a new chat. If I would have used my real estate chat, I would have had my bio in it already. But it's looking up me right now and it's finding things that it could use in here to build out that presentation without asking me, by the way. So now it's pulling market data together. Okay. So it pulled me up just because it knows it's me. Premier Luxury Group, EXP, Peoria, Randy Byrd. I didn't tell it to do any of that. It's just coming up with it. 6 event client educational series, 4 sellers, 2 buyers, West Valley market expertise, loading seller and buyer tracks. We're going to expand on this of how we can go after and get these sellers and buyers to attend our meetings. And I can even have Claude run the full marketing automation and do it for me. So let's let it work for just a minute. And we have a small group today. If you have any questions along the way, you're welcome to take your mic off mute and ask questions. And by the way, I did not prepare for this. I wanted to do it on the fly so you could see it done from start to finish. I didn't practice this. I literally, off the top of my head, am doing this. I just built one for agent events that we're doing, and it was spectacular. And I built the whole thing in 10 minutes with 6 events. So here we are. We're not even 10 minutes into it. It's got the track, it's laid out on the seller side, on the buyer side, the democratic anchors you'll use in every event, Median household incomes, $145,000. 30% of households earned over $200,000. That's the audience. So it's a higher affluent market. They aren't average buyers and sellers positioned accordingly. So it's telling me to do that. What I are indeed from the competition without copying them. The Gulch Group's satisfaction guarantee approach is a standout brand promise. Your differentiation is sharper, GC, general contractor background, a coaching pedigree. Thank you very much. That's nice of them. And a faith-driven legacy angle at that no other top Peoria agent is leading with. So it looked at all the agents in Peoria where I live. I've never done real estate here, by the way, never sold a house here. But it looked at all of them and said it came up with a different differentiator, which is my general construction background, a coaching pedigree, and a faith-driven legacy angle. And they said no other agents are leading with that. Do you want me to build this into an actual PowerPoint slides at this point? Right? So it's asking me, does it want me to go to the next step? And then I could say something else. It says, want me to build a full 6 event presentation outline using your memory-based bio, top tier EXP agent, 10 plus years coaching, a track boss, general contractor, all that? Or do you have an additional? I'm going to say, use my existing. Okay. What format do you want the output to be in? 6 presentation outline, all 6 events, one at a time, or a PowerPoint ready slide deck format? You guys tell me where you want me to go with this. What would you like to see? What do you want me to put in here? Bueller? Anybody?
Do number one.
Number one, full presentation, 6 events. Okay, I'll do that. So it's asking questions and it's very interactive along the way. I'm going to show you guys one thing. Remind me if I don't, but just to copy a screenshot and then slide it into the chat. It's really a superpower of chat of Claude though. So those were your answers from the previous step. We already used them to build the interactive framework you're looking at. What would you like me to do next? Build it into PowerPoint slides, flesh out one specific event. Let's say build slides. Let's look what it comes up with. This is again version 1. We can edit it to the end of the earth. We could do all kinds of things. But based on the little bit we've told it today, it's building that based on my prompt and directions. Okay, it's writing it in JavaScript. That's computer language, basically. It's writing it out. It's not visual yet. This might be normal if you're not specific by saying provided in a PowerPoint specific presentation or provided in a Google Slides format or whatever it may be. But we're going to let it build out this presentation. I probably should have done one just for the timeliness of the call. Let's see what it's going to come up with though. It's literally designing colors and setbacks and how much area the margins are going to have and everything in here. I'm going to stop it. If it's ever going off the rails, you can sometimes hit a button. You see how it says Claude's response was interrupted. I'm going to say, let's do one presentation at a time as that was taking too long. Provide it in a PowerPoint presentation ready format. So it's asking me which one does it want to start with? Seller event number 1. Why right now is your window? You could then take this presentation if you wanted to, put it into Gamma, which is another AI program that builds visual presentations. And you could have it build a beautiful Gamma presentation in moments as well. Again, I think the key here is really the prompting that you're giving it. and the directions you're giving it. You have to speak to it like a third party human almost. You have to think, the way I think about it, and may be valuable to you, is think if you're sitting with a designer, what are you trying to accomplish when you're telling the designer what you're looking for, right? And then think of it from a structural perspective. As you're on stage for 30 minutes, do you want to have 6 slides, 12 slides? Do you want it to be interactive with the audience? You have to give it all that direction, but it will match whatever you tell it to. Give it a little more time here. And I'm going to show you something while I'm here. I'm going to let that run. It should continue to run. I shouldn't mess it up. Yeah, it's still building. This is one that I built earlier I did 6 topics that I want to build for agent attraction. So how can I teach agent attraction on a webinar, right? So do a webinar value, but then they're attracted to me because I'm helping them. I'm the coach and all the pieces, right? So it came up with these 6 things on its own. It came up with 12 things and I picked 6. So it came up with these 12 things and it says, which 6 do you want to pick? So I just said 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. So it said, great, here they are. Here's what those equal, how to handle seller objections on the spot, what sellers actually want, geographic farming, the long game, your sphere is bigger than you think, the fortune is in the follow up, and then one lead source well done, right? Drilling down to bedrock. And then it came up and said, okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's the updated lineup, and here's the 6 sessions. Number 1, how to handle seller objections on the spot. It gives me my layout. So I could take, for instance, on this one, I don't want to mess up my other thing that's thinking here, but I could just say, number 1, let's build this one out. So the first thing it's going to ask me is build the 0 to 5 minute intro and hook. It could do it itself, or I can give it some direction, and then I can go over the core teaching. I can give the 25 to 30 minute recap and action steps, and then have Q&A at the end. All this would be done momentarily. Let's see what the other one came up with. So it's still thinking slide 1, slide 2. Okay, so it's fixing itself. If you look at this, it says, okay, 10 files. It says slide 2 has a minor overflow. The bio credentials ran into the footer. Let me fix that quickly. So ChatGPT didn't do that. This is like thinking along the way of what's going on. And now it's going to pull up and show me a presentation deck. So here's the presentation deck. You can see I'm trying to get this minimized. There we go. So you could see it said, okay, we fixed the thing where it was overflowing into the bottom. The last bullet is still touching the footer. One more quick fix. I'll be right back. I'll shorten the credential list by 1 line. And then clean. All 10 slides are looking sharp. Let's get that out to you. It's like a human being talking and doing these things for you and finding out the mistakes along the way. And then it says the cover, the right way to do it. And then it went down to the Birdman with a little bit of bio on the side. I'm not just your agent. I'm your marketing strategist. You remember I said I wanted to give it a strategy and have them attracted to me as their marketing person. Did a Peoria market snapshot here. Let me see if I can make this, that's not full size yet. Sell to list ratio, average days on the market, offers per average listing is 2 here. Here's the equity story, appreciation over time. Here's the neighborhood demographics, median income, 30% earn over 200,000. The population growth, we're growing at 34.5%. Expected to have 84,000 residents by the end of this year. Migration trends, did not know this. Number 1, people moving from Chicago to here. Number 2, Seattle. Number 3, Los Angeles. I hope Chicago people don't mess up Peoria because they're a hot mess right now. But you could see what's going on with migration trends and where everybody are coming from, right? They're going from cold and wet to desert warm, right? That's typical migration. Los Angeles, only 6 hours away. We're getting a lot of migration from there. Why this matters as you for a seller, this is a highlight that I could talk about. Buyers from high cost markets arrive pre-qualified, equity rich, and motivated. They see 540,000 as a bargain compared to what they left behind in their home states, right? And then you have rates are adapting, how to use AI to find buyers, whatever seller needs to know. All I did was give it a prompt and it has this whole stuff. You could literally take this to stage and teach with it, in my opinion, right? Or I could change it and make it anything I want to. This is the power of this. When we start looking at this, cover, bio, it says, ready for me to build seller event number 2 yet? Or here's the download for seller event number 1. So watch. I'm going to download it, or I could put it into document drive. I'm going to just download it. I'm going to put it on my desktop so it's easy to find. Or let me go to, I'll just go to Randy Byrd and seller event. I'm going to hit save. And then I'm going to go to my seller event folder now. And I'm going to open it with PowerPoint. There's a full PowerPoint presentation ready to go. And we built that in like 10 minutes, right? Full PowerPoint presentation ready to go. It's making me sign a subscription because I don't have PowerPoint specifically. I can have Claude find a way around that too. Give me a free thing, all I need to do. The other day I was sending DocuSign and I don't have DocuSign anymore. And it said, hey, I can sign you up for this free 7-day cancellation. You'll get it for free, send all the documents, and then I'll cancel it automatically when you're done. So that's what I did. I signed all the documents, signed me up for free, canceled the service when it was done, handled. Pretty wild, huh? Okay, so as we go back to this now, I could say, this doesn't look bad, but I'd like it to be more jazzed up, period. Can you do it, or should I bring in like Gamma AI to do the presentation? I can definitely level up. What I built's clean and professional, but it's shape based, not really photography, limited visual drama. Here's the honest comparison. What I can do better right now, richer slide layouts, more variety. What Gamma has an edge on, let me stop my recording. What Gamma has an edge on, it pulls real stock photography automatically, smoother animated transmissions, AI suggested layouts that feel more designed, and faster to iterate visually. And this is AI talking to me. My honest take, if you want a polished, photo-rich deck that looks like a design agency built it, Gamma or Canva will get you there faster on the visual side. They won't have the real market data, your bio baked in, or specific stats. You'd be filling the blanks in manually. Best of both worlds. I rebuild the deck with a significantly more dynamic design, bolder layouts, larger number callouts, more visual punch, right? Yes, take another run at it, period. But for the effort of time, comma, just do the first 1 or 2 slides and show me what it will look like. So the AI, think about it. It's like giving feedback to a designer and it's telling you, hey, we can do things differently. Just give me direction, right? We could go this way. So again, it is designing it. And I'm interested to see what it looks like here in just a minute. And we got about 5 minutes left, so we'll be done in time to let you see this product here. And I'll answer any questions. Again, the only direction I've given this is what we're doing together. So it took what was kind of a, you know, it was a good layout, but it was very clean and professional, like it said. And I asked it to jazz it up. It's picking colors. It's doing everything based on either its experience with me, or it's doing it based on what I've done before, or it's coming up with it on its own. Okay, so it's done designing it. It's running the script now. It's building the deck. It's running the command. By the way, I can give the Gamma login directions to this and it would go to Gamma, build it all for me, download it, bring it back, and put it back in here. Okay, here we go. Slide one looks great. The cover is dramatically better. Slide two has credential overlap issue on the left panel. So let me fix that. So it ran it, it tested it, and now it's correcting things before I even get to look at it. Rebuilding and converting. That patch didn't apply. The old block is still there. I'll rewrite the file cleanly. So it's rewriting the whole thing because the patch didn't work that it's doing. So it's running its own commands again. Python replaced the bad credential block. It's seeking another app or software to fix something within their app it's working on. Okay, here we go. Both sides are clean. Let's get this out to you so you can look at it. That's the upgraded look. Key differences. Slide one, full bleed geometric background, diagonal layering, gold, diagonal light streaks. So you can see how it added these things in it. Looks much cleaner to me. Birdman at the bottom, market statistics. Yeah, I mean, it's a little better. I wouldn't say it's majorly better, but it's nicely better. Another thing you could do is I'm going to just grab a screenshot of this. I'm going to grab that screenshot and pull it into here. And I could just say things with that screenshot like underline the word window and then make my name, Randy Birdman Byrd, 200% larger. I hope this works because this is the craziest part of this. It literally, you could just screenshot, drag it over, tell it what you want it to do, and it does it. No more putting it into a design, trying to go into Canva and fix stuff. If you could talk to it and tell it what to do, it could do it for you. Pretty amazing. So it says it's underlining the word window and make my name bigger. So it's working on those patches now. Here's the patches. Let's see what it did. There you go. My name's bigger and the underline of window. You don't have to go to anything to learn how to design now. If you could talk it, it will help you with it. It's really an amazing, amazing product. So again, if you wanted to put a logo in here, if I wanted to take and say, add my Premier Luxury Group logo to the top right of the slide one. Let me know if you need help finding it. Okay, so it's going to look for it in the knowledge base. I don't have your logo on file, right? So I could add it. I could add a file. I can go into here, Google Drive, my picks. Where's luxury? Where's my ByrdHouse Premier Luxury Group? Here we go. Let's just say it's that one. I could just add that logo and it will redesign this. Got it. Adding it to the top right now. A lot of people are still going into Canva and doing all this work manually. This will communicate with products like Canva, like Gamma, like PowerPoint, all those things and do it for you. Pretty spectacular. So it's adding it to the top right now. You see what it is before. All I did was tell it to do it. Okay, the require inside the A function needs to be at the top. Let me fix that. So it found another problem as it ran that prompt. And it's fixing it automatically without it not working and me telling it. The replacement used single quotes, but the file used double quotes. Let me get that prepped directly. Okay, so here's what it came up with after it made multiple fixes. The logo is locked in at the top, looks sharp against the dark background. Okay, sits perfectly. Are you ready for me to build all 10 slides in this style? If I wanted to, I could just hit the button and it would build all 10 slides with this style, with my logo, with all that stuff. I could add my picture to it just as easily. It's pretty incredible. But anyway, that is going to conclude the training today. If you guys haven't used Claude before, it's mind-blowing. If you watched me start from start to finish, you could do this, right? You could also teach it to communicate with Gamma. You can give it logins. Like today, I said, I need help with my school community, this particular page. And it said, okay, let me go there. So it went there and it says, oh, it's behind a password to get into the system. I'll tell you what a hack is, Randy. Take it so it's open to the world for just a minute and then reprompt it, give me that link again. And then once I have the data, go back and put it private again. So I literally went in, I made it open to the world. So my private, closed classrooms you have to pay for were open to the world for just 10 seconds. Went in, got it at that moment because it was open. And then it says, okay, I'm done. Go back and put it back to private. Went back to private. Nobody in the world knew, but it knew how to do that. That's the power of what we're doing. All you have to do is be able to ask it things correctly, and it will do amazing, amazing things. And we're just getting started. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We're here every single Tuesday, 12:30 Pacific time, 30 minutes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Elizabeth, and thank you, Debbie. Appreciate it. Dennis, thanks for being here. Eric, always good to see you. Sean, stick around. We're going to do some training right afterwards. But anyway, everybody have a great day. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. All right, brother. How you doing? Let me stop the recording. Hold on.